In a small, forgotten village, surrounded by hills and dry fields, lived a boy named Ethan Gray. His family was poor, so poor that even a single meal sometimes felt like a luxury. The villagers pitied them, but pity never filled their stomachs. Ethan was different from other kids. While they dreamed of leaving the village one day, he dreamed of changing it. Every evening, he sat by the old riverbed, the one that had dried up years ago, and stared at the cracked earth. "If only I could bring water back," he would whisper. People laughed when they heard him. "You? A boy with no shoes and no education? You can't even fix your roof, let alone fix the river." They mocked. But Ethan didn't stop dreaming. One day, he borrowed old books from a nearby town and began reading about hydraulic pumps and rainwater harvesting. He didn't understand everything at first, but he refused to give up. He spent nights under the lantern light sketching plans on torn paper, learning how water could be stored and redirected through small channels. He started collecting scraps, metal pieces, pipes, and broken buckets from junkyards. Kids teased him, adults ignored him, and even his parents worried he was wasting his time. But Ethan believed that one small idea could change everything. Months passed. Under the scorching sun, Ethan worked alone near the dried river. He built a makeshift water pump using an old bicycle chain, wooden wheels, and a rusted drum. People came to watch him and laugh. "Look at him, building dreams out of garbage," they said. Then, one summer morning, something extraordinary happened. Ethan pedaled the contraption, and to everyone's shock, a trickle of water began to flow. The sound of that water was like music, gentle, pure, and full of promise. He had managed to pull groundwater from a small underground stream that no one knew existed. The villagers stood in silence. The same people who had laughed now stared in disbelief. "Is this real?" they whispered. Ethan smiled through his sweat and tears. "It's just the beginning," he said. With the villagers' help, he expanded the project. They built more pumps, dug channels, and stored rainwater. Slowly, the once barren fields turned green again. Crops grew, livestock thrived, and the riverbed started to fill once more. Within a year, the entire village transformed. The dry lands became fertile, and people from nearby villages came to see the miracle. Reporters and engineers arrived, wanting to know who had done it all. Ethan never sought fame or money. When asked how he made it happen, he simply said, "When no one believed in me, I believed in myself and in my dream." That one line became his legacy. Years later, a signboard stood near the river that now flowed with life again. It read, "This water is the gift of a boy who refused to stop believing, and every child who played by that river learned a lesson that would shape their lives forever."